What is going on? I'm zmoT. We are into day 2, recording on day 1 of season 39 of Warships. I had to throw that sound. I think of power-ups, and I think about that sound. This is my base. I copied it off of the last person who beat me, bumped Saint Mare up into gold. Now, some of you might be saying, but Zed, you said no shock launchers. I know. There are two different of my bases going right now. This is the closest one to jumping up into gold. Early success versus long-term success. That weird, delicate balance, especially on these long seasons. Getting up into gold only means one extra key per chest, but if you've ever played Warships before, you know that one extra key is the difference between and yeah, I had to throw the second sound in there as well. So, where we're sitting at, we have tick 4 on the gunboat. We have the grappler. Now, I don't recommend the grappler unless you're like 8 or 16 hours away from shock launchers, and that's where I was at. Otherwise, microwaver is the answer. As far as laser beams go, laser beams are never the answer, at least not in this early season anyways. And if you're wondering why the shock launcher, if you look over into this node, there's going to be 4 shock launchers. That's going to be insane. Now, rocket choppas could completely and utterly run over this base. I don't have cannons, I don't have boom cannons, so shock launchers, even if we have 4 of them, and mortars and machine guns and sniper towers, aren't going to do a heck of a lot. So, going to have to focus on that at another time, another place. My other account does have boom mines, almost has warriors. That's going to be interesting to see how warriors go against all these defenses, but just wanted to get 2 different tech trees so I can give you guys 2 different perspectives. If you have slightly less tech than me, if you slept in and missed 2 chests, I slept in and missed 1. Hopefully I can give you guys some advice. Greater Boost, zmoT, gives you all of the upgrades. It will give you that it'll give you the fire flower as opposed to just the mushroom when you hit that question mark. So, where I've been, I had a 9-game win streak going. Mike OMG, 0am, a couple other beast Canadian leaderboard players that you see all the time have faced them and done fairly well. Wanted to give shoutouts to those 2 in particular. But let's go, see if we can't get into gold. Need to get into gold just to get that extra 1 chest, and then those extra keys bit by stinking little bit. Now, I know a lot of you have been into gold for a long time. Sleeping in, not recommended. So, against a shock launcher base, you need a time of about 3 minutes 26 seconds. Against a non-shock launcher base, you need a time of about 3 minutes 29. Now, sure, 3 minutes and 30 seconds is better. That goes without saying. But failing that, and by the way, microwavers, just absolutely ignore them. They do nothing useful. Like, sure, they get your troops a little bit of damage. Maybe they slow you down just a teeny tiny little bit. But they're the best prototype out there, but that isn't really saying all that much. As Brick Battle Orders gets our troops running back there towards that final engine room, and that shock launcher hit us right where it hurt, we are not going to get into gold. There is like a 0% chance. If we do, it is not by my merits, it's strictly by the base. So, need to cross those fingers. Maybe? Jess, what did you do to us? No frickin' way. That is insane. Let's go. Moving on up. I gotta do the sound one more time. You know it. Oh, that's not the sound. This is the one. Fully expected the Mario die. We got the Mario power up. We are into gold. And let's be honest, I have no rights being in gold. Getting into gold with a time of 3:21 should not happen. So this base doing fairly well. I've been beat. I mean, the average, I guess 322 is doing decently against it. So a little bit lucky. If you're looking for a base, this one seems to be doing fairly well. And the reason why it's doing well is the fact that it's not the standard base. And that's why I picked it. It doesn't have the 1 engine room there, the 1 there, and then 1 at the back. So I figured get things a little bit different. Now, if you want to attack this base, I would consider going counterclockwise, even though that sounds a little bit insane. We are in gold. Now, I am 6 hours from my chest. So should I park here and wait a little bit? Probably, but we're going to try and give ourselves a little bit of a buffer because as more and more people get into gold, the harder it's going to be for me to stay there. So what we are going to do is I'm going to try to go counterclockwise on this one, even though it probably isn't the right idea. And if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing with that one boat of heavies there, that is just strictly the only reason for that boat of heavies is to try my darndest to see if we can't distract that shock launcher. If we can get that one boat to sit a little bit strangely, there we go. See, we're getting a couple in and amongst that shock launcher. And now we are just going to send our final battle orders and try to get away from those gosh darn shock launchers. And I gotta say, Supercell, if you're ever gonna make a season where you feature your bug, maybe don't do that again. The number of times we have seen the game crash from battle orders is mind-blowing, and I detailed that crash months ago. Supercell is aware of it, and then they put brick at the front. We got our panties in a knot. I'm not going to use the sound effect, but at least we got into gold. I'm glad you guys got to be here to see that and just to get an idea of what the heck is next. So if you're thinking go get some cannons, or you're thinking about going and getting some flamethrowers, or if you're even thinking about going and getting building health, go get shock launchers first. They take about 3 to 4 seconds off the average attack, and sometimes as much as 8. So do get shock launchers first, then you can make those decisions about building health or flamethrowers or whatever the heck it might be. But for the interim, go get shock launchers. And my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to throw that right there. And by the way, I have not seen a heck of a lot of people using this strategy. I'm not quite sure why. You can get 330, you can get 331, and by the way, that was supposed to be 4 boats on the left-hand side plus brick. I only managed to throw 3 plus brick, which was not the plan at all. So now we should be able to absolutely crush this person. Anyone who does not have shock launchers, you should be able to beat with shock launchers. If we lose, I am going to be very, very, very sad. This time is not good. 325. Man, I've been cruising. That was at 329 guaranteed all day long. And now I get you guys on board and I get the jitters and I get a little bit. I think we still won though. So I'm going to leave the video right there. Well, we are back in gold. I am going to push a little bit further. I need to get probably into, I'd say about 24, 25, 30 stars into gold, because I know that as more and more people get to shock launchers, you start to get more and more draws. I had 4 draws in 7 battles earlier, and that just, I lose all motivation to do attacks. So I'm going to try to give myself a bit of a buffer so I can get that next chest into gold. Let me know where you're at, which tech you're using, and what your favorite power-up sound is, because Mario is great, but maybe you've got a different sound like Mega Man changing costumes. That's a good one, actually. Otherwise, I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace!